Java, you're asking Java or other language also?
Yeah, I'm just asking conceptually, we're talking about
Yeah.
arrays today. So do you have
Mhm.
any idea about the concept?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, good. Rakesh, I guess probably this probably not, did not work with arrays so far.
I just know what does it. It's just a collection of values.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I guess you can say collection is probably a good approximation. List or collection is, yeah, one way
yeah,
to think about arrays. Um, in computer programming, on the other hand, arrays have more technical. Uh, the arrays typically have more uh, important features that we use in programming. Hi, Sachin. I just saw you join. Welcome.
Hi Manu, good morning.
Oh, good morning to you too.
Thank you.
Uh, so yeah, we're going to talk about arrays. So basically, imagine if you have, like, say, some information that your program is dealing with. For example, like a list of birthdays for a family, correct? So, and let's say you want to create a program where you, I mean, if in ideal case, probably you wanted to create some reminders for some birthdays, and then it might be difficult for a program, or I guess for a small family it's okay, but for a huge family, or for for somebody who's trying to do it for their colleagues, etc. Uh, Doing this for a big audience might become difficult, right? So that's where arrays can help by trying to simplify the program and make it flexible as well. So talking about arrays today. So for example, birthday, let's say my my birthday, my birthday, let's say 01 Feb, it's a fake name. Let's say my wife's,
Are you sharing anything, Manu?
uh, yeah, I need to start saying, sorry. All right. Um, yep. I'm sharing my screen and we're going to talk about array. And let's assume that we wanted to capture a list of birthdays. Yeah, my birthday, something birthday, and then let's say the one Jan, let's say Rakesh's birthday.
Very close.
What do you mean?
Jan नहीं है जून है. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just doing random. Sorry if anybody is like it's just fake data. Yeah, let's and so on. So even for this class, we have a few people, and if I want to create a program and that has to deal with some birthdays, then I have to create a lot of variables. Yeah. So in yeah. So what I want is to have some reminder which says, let's say, it remind me Sachin's birthday. Right, rather than remind me all birthdays of importance. Yeah. So I have to create a program which says if today today is equal to 01 Feb, then 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 happy. Let's do some code. Happy birthday. Nanu. If today equal to 01 Jan, then we say happy birthday, Sachin, etc. Yes, Sachin, you have a question?
Yeah, so I couldn't relate what is the exactly
The topic
what
for
we
the
are trying to achieve exactly with this particular small. It's just a reminder of the birthday people have on 27th or 1st of Feb, correct? And send them a message, action.
yeah, basically, let's say we want to remind ourselves of birthday. Then
Yeah.
one way to write a program is like this. We write a series of if else conditions,
Hmm.
with
Correct,
different
correct.
states. Yeah.
ये तो बाबा आदम के जमाने का है basically. Sorry to say that.
Okay.
So,
Let's say and so on. Sorry, that was- so and so on. We have to write a program which is going to be a bit tedious. Yes.
correct. Very tedious.
Yeah. So the other way is that we can keep we have a collection which has dates. Let's say 01 Feb, 01 Jan. Well, it's not a perfect example, but yeah, and so on. So we collect it, and if today is any date in my collection. So let me call it my collection here. My collection, and if today is any date in my collection, then I'm happy. But yeah, we'll sort out how do we get to the name later. But this is something that this program can be simplified using this kind of collection of data. And very common collection is called arrays. So basically, arrays help us reduce the program complexity and capture data of same nature in a more efficient and intuitive way. Yeah. So that's the intuition behind the arrays.
But the array would go for just a question. If this is a very small data set, then that is okay. But if
Mhm.
the data set is running, for example, million, what would be the resolution solution?
Million.
Okay, let's say 10,000.
Yeah. I guess again depends on the use case for this for but under the hood most of the data structures do have some sort of list or collection or array. So yeah, even if it's million should be okay. Let's say you have 1 KB of data in your one array and you have 1 million, right? So that becomes 1 GB. So you just need 1 GB of RAM to deal with that data structure, right? So it's
1
not,
KB of 1 million is 1 GB. Okay, correct.
for
So you are
example, you have
assuming birthday
name,
is
address,
consuming 1
birthday.
GB for each record. Okay,
So yeah, it's not that great, right? 16 GB. Normally, my computer is, I think, yeah, everybody's computer is 16 GB or 8 GB. So a program that
correct.
uses 1 GB data is not that, rare nowadays, I would say. So it's not a big challenge. And by 1 KB, I mean, for example, name, address, birthday,
Correct,
but
correct. One record for one person. Correct.
yeah, so that's quite a, so we're being very generous here. And still, we end up with the 1 GB of data. Yeah.
No, data is okay. Quantity of data is not an issue.
Uh,
The processing time and the processing money which would go on the cloud is a question to me, for me.
okay, so right. So this is a solution, and what you're talking about is the problem. What is the problem, right? So what
Yeah,
problem
well,
are you trying to
I
solve?
identified the problem with the real nature problem in the industry, maybe with this
Yeah.
happy birthday thing itself, which is the speed and the low cost.
Okay. So let's talk about processor. So we have a processor i7, correct? And let's say it is how many gigahertz? 3 gigahertz.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah. Very
So
basic.
it can you do 3 billion operations per second. Yes.
Okay.
Let's say the comparison takes whatever we are trying to do. It takes, let's say, 100 CPU cycles. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So assuming, well, it's a bit. Let's put it 1,000. Okay, 1,000 CPU cycles is
Correct.
something that we need to deal, and we have 1 million such 1 million such records. So
Record.
the total becomes 1 billion cycles, CPU cycles needed. Yeah.
Oh, you are saying for each comparison for a particular person is taking 100 CPU cycles.
I mean, something else we are going to do. Let's say we are going to say happy
Understood,
birthday.
understood. You see analogy only.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
So let's. I'm being generous here. 1,000 CPU cycles. Yeah, and we have
Correct.
1 million records. So how many CPU cycles I need?
1
1 billion,
billion.
which is equal to how many seconds?
Maybe divided by some thousand factor or maybe 100.
Sorry. Yeah, so that becomes 0.33 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this much you can afford to run on a cloud, isn't it? The
Mm,
result will be how much? I don't know. Maybe $0.005 or something.
Manu, can you show me this C column calculation? 0.33 second one?
1,000, 1 million
Yeah,
equal to this into that.
1 billion.
Okay, and this is 3 gigahertz. So this equal to this divided by, let's say, 3 into 1 gigahertz means
Mm-hmm.
10 to the power 9. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming, I'm being very generous here. It will cost you less than 1 cent. Yeah. In this assuming that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, RAM would also matter ideally. Or you consider a 16 GB RAM or a 32 GB. Got it. So one small question, Manuji, if I am not deviating with the what you say agenda of today, if others would allow me to ask another question.
Okay. One more.
No, I have a one another question.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. See, question is that it's if taken 0.33 seconds only, and this processor we have assumed our conventional processor i7 3GB,
Hmm.
correct?
3 gigahertz.
Gigahertz.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. ठीक है, it's a मतलब कि outsourcing versus cloud versus in your local data set cloud. So I was thinking that way, not a subject for this discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can continue.
Oh, I see. Somebody else.
Sorry, I estimated actually one project proposal last week only, last
Hmm.
weekend,
Uh-huh.
wherein I calculated the cost of the per month, per year hardware cost
Oh, okay.
for a AI solution. So that's
Okay.
how I
Okay.
started relating. Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. So sorry for the distraction into the dollars and cents for that, but this is just a demonstration that even with the moderate 1 million data, it is not really big, but moderate, let's say. We are not going to, the computers are very fast and with minimum RAM and assuming a normal processor, it's not a super processor also. We can still do things pretty much fast and so on if you're using arrays. Yeah, that's what I wanted to, I
But
guess.
I am sure in the practical it will come much above than the 0.33 second. It would have some multiplication factor.
Well, 10 years ago, I dealt with 700 MB in of data. Oh, yeah, of data. I, in 5 seconds. Yeah, that was in 2014.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it will be slightly more than uh, maybe 10 seconds worst case scenario because we are going to do meaningful work, isn't it? So, for example,
Correct,
this guy will increase. The CPU cycles
absolutely,
will be more than 1,000.
absolutely.
And I think even in collection, we can be efficient by using caches or anything, or even sorting can be done. Then
Yeah, correct. Correct.
you-
So then the number of CPU cycles will probably increase. So yeah, maybe it'll become 2000, 5000, depends on the type of collection and the type of data. So, right. Coming back, so just wanted to give some idea that using arrays is easy for a programmer. For example, instead of writing this much program, you can just write, if you have an array, you can just write one, two lines of program. Yeah, that's the point I wanted to make originally, right? Right, that's the first point I wanted to make. Secondly, for computers also, accessing arrays is much faster. That's why this typically will be actually less than 1006 cycle, is probably 100 or even less. So just wanted to point that out as well. I think computers work much faster with arrays than anything else at the moment. Correct. So we're talking about ease of programming, we're talking about faster programming, and hence arrays help us. Yeah. All right. Now let's jump into some the semantics of it. So or rather syntax, shall I call it? So syntax in Java. So we talk about declaration first. Declaration. How do we declare an array? So arrays are basically a data type. So let's say if the array is of type int, we start with int, and then we add square bracket, and then we call it some name. So array is also a variable, which is of which is like a vector, almost like a vector variable, and we declare it using square brackets. So this is the first part of the square. This is the second part of the square bracket. So int square bracket open close and name. Now you can put some value inside. So you can say put my array is equal to. There are a few ways. I'll show you the simple one first. You will say my int of, let's say, type size 5, and so this is how you tell computer that my array is of has can have 5 elements basically. Yeah. There's another way you can say my array equal to new int, and you can use curly brace and put some values inside it. 1, 2, 5, 9, like that. So this is another way to.
yeah, Manu, one question. If we left the number of elements undefined, so what will it do?
All will be 0 by at start.
Okay, and we can add more.
No, you cannot change the size.
Okay, yeah.
Most programming languages you cannot. And if you're allowed to change, then it's probably not an array. It's sort of a fake array. Okay, so this is how you declare. You have to tell using the square bracket that it's an array, and then you can initialize it with empty values, which is in this case 0. All values are 0. Then you can also assign to a new array with values like this, and there's a shortcut for this also. Okay. And if we had an array of type string, how will you do it? Like the string, we have to say string, again square bracket, and let's say name. And then we can also do another way is you can assign and declare and assign. So declare and assign. How? By using this syntax. So the new keyword is the keyword here. So new is the new keyword for you guys, I guess. And let's say we can call it, yeah, we can say, probably we can call it 5 names, and it's a string of type 5, and this can even be, we can then start adding values. Mm, and we can create those 5 strings. Uh, in this case, it's only 3, so let me rename it to 3. So these are the few ways to declare that. So shall we first do some exercise and work with these simple arrays that we just now created in this Excel sheet? Well, we'll go to the terminal and create a file. We call it my array or my arrays.java. What is my arrays? And we will, yeah, please practice along, because we're going to go slow, so it's better that might as well make do some practice here. Subject. Actually, we can wait. We can even do it on J shell first. Yeah, let's try J shell. In my array. Okay, my array is nothing, and then we can say my array is the new int 5. This way. Right. So let's use JShell, everyone, and let's start practicing these commands that we just typed out. I want to try one more command here. Let's see. Right. So one small catch here, that when we are going to specify the contents in the declaration command, then you cannot specify the size anymore, like you did here. So this works. This works, but we don't specify the size. And if I try to specify the size as well as give it the initial value of the array, then we get a error. Array creation with both dimension expression and initialization is integer. Correct? Okay. So yeah, please try to type along these commands, and let me try one more in the meantime. Yeah, I think I've not tried this command. Let's see. We just started the expression. Yeah, I think this one doesn't work like that. Okay, so this one I have to take some. So we can create arrays using new int with the size only, or new int without size but with actual values. All right. Is everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
All right. Please type out these commands out so that this time you can actually uh, about this. Okay. By the way, today I did not put on video because I had a network issue, so I'm keeping it low bandwidth by doing audio only. Um, can I take a minute to try connecting to my Wi-Fi again and come back to this one if the network is still not working? Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. So yeah, now hopefully you can get the screen also. All right. Let's try the string examples. Anybody would like to share the screen and follow the string examples? I'll place it on chat. You just have to type it out. I need one volunteer. Come on, guys.
What? Yeah, sorry, I just signed late. So you want a string example is what?
Yeah, I pasted the string examples of the arrays on chat as well as on the screen you can see. I want somebody to share screen and show on JSL that you're able to work them out.
One second. Let me join from my laptop. One second.
Okay. How about double? Can anybody create a double array with the 4 elements?
Yeah, I think I can try.
Okay.
So I share my screen.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
Is it visible?
Yes, I can see.
So we create a new arrays double type, maybe for okay. I think I'm a bit unclear now. Like the first, for example, when we create a new array integer, it is possible, but then for this,
Yeah, correct. So I guess there are two ways to do it. If you look at my screen, either you can give it a size and it will default it to 0, like like this. This is one way, and this is second way where you don't specify a size of the array. You just give it the
oh,
value. Yeah. So you can choose either of them, but you cannot choose both. It means you can't give a size and then give the values also.
okay, yeah.
But there is
Thank
another
you.
error in your program, in your JSL. So if you don't mind sharing that,
Yeah, sure.
I want to see how you fix it.
Let me share. So like this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Okay, let's look at the error. Okay, please read the error.
Yeah.
Double needs to be decimal, right?
Yeah, so my array, we initially declared it to be of type, array of type int. So we cannot assign a value of type double array. So you can choose a new variable name.
Oh, okay. So like
Or you can do you can like give it as double my array as well, right?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
With
But
array,
that
casting is not possible.
that gave error, right? The int one did not go through, right?
Yeah, I did not go through because it doesn't work because the types are different. So Java is strongly typed. So unless there is an obvious way to cast,
Mm.
it will give error.
No, my point is that my array and it's not even int, right? Because that gave some error, correct?
If you look at the top of the screen, it is declared as int array.
Oh,
When-
okay.
So HK new array has not been declared. So either you declare it separately or you declare it while doing the assignment.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, I need another volunteer after this. So yeah, somebody please volunteer.
Yeah, so now I think it would work.
And use up array and try to rerun the command from the 2 lines up. Using up array, you can go there. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I need another volunteer who will create the string arrays for us. By the way, HK, let me know if it worked or not.
Yeah, it works now.
Okay, great. All right. So, Tapender, are you on your computer?
I'm connecting from my computer. I mean, I've already done that,
Okay.
but just joining in a moment from my computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. So let's see the string example on Tapender's screen. And Sachin, you joined first time, so I'm not sure how your Java setup is. So we are installing Java JDK 21 and running based on that.
Understood.
Do you need a link for download?
Sorry.
Do you need a link to download Java?
Yeah, I would need. I can take it from the tutorial. No issues. If you have it handy, then you can put in a chat.
Yeah, I think in the chat history it should be there. Let me try to remove it. In fact, let me check my GitHub there. GitHub has that information.
Actually, I'm on a mobile, not able to navigate much, but I will cross check once on a laptop.
Okay, okay. So yeah, let's. I'll try to dig up the link for you, and you can install it. It'll be more fun if you practice a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. So string example, has everybody worked out, or we are waiting for Tapan to demonstrate?
Just joining in a minute now. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
I'm just asking if anybody else, or rather everybody else, has done it already.
Manu, if we declare and we didn't, for example, we declare 3 names.
Hmm.
After that, if we string array 3 names, equal string array. Without that new, is it an error?
Yes.
Uh,
So because arrays, okay, interesting, good question. Thanks for that, HK. So arrays are maintained as objects inside Java. And whenever you create an object in Java, you have to use the keyword new.
Okay, so it's like create a new object.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Good question. All right. So yeah, Tapinder, can you show us three names also?
Sorry.
So in my screen, you see there is a declaration example, which
Declare and yeah.
yeah, you declared and assigned empty. So I want to
Mhm.
declare and assign with value.
Okay.
I think Kamal, I have not spoken to you before. Yeah, remind me, did we speak earlier? We have it right. Yeah, I guess I'm asking if you joined the first time or you joined earlier also. Okay, what's going on with the screen? I think there's an opening closing mismatch in the double quotes at the item in the middle. AS as a single quote, which should be double quote. Yeah. Java is a bit unforgiving, so yeah, these things to act up. Okay, super. So I think we did great. We at least had two volunteers who demonstrated how to create arrays. Now, I guess the next most important thing is, let's say you want to assign some value, right? So, so my array is currently as visible here 12594. First of all, there is one way arrays to string to create a string representation. So if you use import java.util.array, so let me I write this here, import java.util.arrays. It's a very important helper class, and then you can do print out of your arrays. Yeah, print and then you can do these two things. You can print my array, and then you can print. Let's try do both the things. Print my array, and we want to try using this function called arrays.toString, and inside it we pass the my array. Let's try these two commands. So system.out.println my array and system.out.println arrays.true my array. So basically, if you try to print any object, and if the object does not override toString method, it will print it like this: some sort of random number, which is sort of equal to the identity of that object in your current runtime. Yeah. So if you want to do a meaningful information print out, and then there is a helper function for arrays called arrays.toString, and if you pass my array to it, it will print in a nice and readable format. Okay. So that is something I want you all to try out now. All right. And then I'm going to try to change the value of first element, for which I need to type 0. So currently the value is 1, and I'll change it to 1001. Okay. Now if I try to print it out, it shows me 1001. So how do I access this element in the array? By using 0. So just one tricky part or something to remember: in most programming languages, the first element is starting from 0. Now let's talk about 2. Anybody would like to guess how can I change the value of 2 in this array?
1.
One
So
possible.
I will put the name of my array, then I will create a square bracket, then put the index, then close the square bracket, and then put some value. And this will effectively take this value, put it inside the second element of my array. That's how we see this print out. Okay. So I want somebody to give me the command to change value of 5 to 5005. Please type it out. You can share the screen or you can put it in chat. So change value of 5 to 5005 in my array. Has everybody done it? Okay, let's try to type Rakesh's solution. Okay, looks good. Now, let's do something, one more thing. There's something called length. So if I try to type my array dot length, it prints out the number of elements in the array. Okay. So I will try to show you that changing the value 4. So my array, but I'll not use the, what index should I be using?
Length minus 1.
Yes. I can use 4, or I can use my array dot index length minus 1, which becomes equal to 4 as well. And then I get the desired result. This is equal to my array 4 equal to 4004. Both are same, but this is something to know. My array dot length. This is a construct, and we can even set use this. In fact, we will many times use this. My array dot length minus 1 will be something that we will use many times in our program. That's why it is important to practice. All right. Let's try some error scenario. If I do my array minus 1, what is the expected outcome?
Last element.
No, this is not Python.
I think it's with error. There's no data type.
Yes, so we get something called array index out of bound exception. Index minus 1 is out of bound of this array. Yeah. Similarly, if I want to try 100, what will we get? Error.
Out of all. Yeah.
Index 100 out of bound. Okay, what if I try my array 5?
Out of bounds.
Correct. Because length is 5, but we start counting from 0, so it ends at index 4. Okay, cool. So this is an important exception that we should be aware of. So I'll just copy paste it here as well. Exception, the array index out of bounds. So this is actually, if you do some program and if you get this index, this exception, it becomes difficult to understand why. Yeah. In fact, let's do something now. For loop. Yeah. How do I iterate over an array? We'll just say from I int equal to 0, int I equal to 0, I is less than my array dot length I plus plus. This is how we start our for loop. And then what do we want to do? Let's say we want to print the square. Yeah. So we'll say system dot out dot print and then I my array of I times my array of I. This should print us the square. Okay. I'll see if I can fix it here. It does. So a copy paste work. So let's make the array a bit simpler actually. My array equal to new int. So I'll reassign it. I will change the old assignment and make it a simple array with simpler numbers. And then I'll rerun my for loop. And I see 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, and 25. Okay, cool. So this is how you go over elements of an array. One example. Let's do another example.
No, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it have a simpler way of iterating
Yeah.
into?
You can. So what I'll say is let's say I'm going to show you that element in my array. Then so this is another way. This is called, what is it called? Forgot the name. This is a more readable way of iterating over an array. It's a complex statement, so let's first try to run it, and then we go. Yeah, it has the same result. Now let me try to show what it means. Let me go to our. Okay, you can say start counting for loop, extract element at index I, and use it. For initially, what we did is started a loop with a counter, extracted element at the index I using my array I, and finish the loop. Here, what we'll do is start a iterating loop. Let's call it, and assign elements from array. Then use the element and finish the code. So this is another way where this statement for in element colon my array. What it does, it's basically under the hood the same thing, or rather little bit more complicated way of doing the same thing under the hood, but to a programmer and to a reader of your program, it looks much simpler. That there is an array, it has 5 values, all of them are getting assigned to an integer variable called element, and then we use the element inside the for loop body. And if I look at outside, if I want to print my element outside the for loop, it will be not there. Okay. So if I say element equal to 100. Spelling is the same. This cannot find symbol because it was declared only within the scope of this for loop. Okay. Element is scope inside the for loop only. Similarly, here I can say the counter I is scope inside the for loop only. So in fact, I is also not available. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll spend some minutes to practice this so that we're comfortable with the two types of syntaxes.
What would be if the array is a string? What would be the format?
Okay. If you use this, you just have to change this guy. That's all. This will be the string. Okay. So that's a good. Let's do something. Let's practice. I want somebody to print three names using a for loop. Yeah. Somebody, anybody would like to volunteer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Want me to print the string name?
So I want you to use a for loop to print individual names. Yeah. Actually, you can try a few ways. You can try it this way also. You can try it this way, and then using the for loop. Okay. So print name using and a for loop. So there are actually four ways. Does anybody distribute the work? There are four ways we want to print three names, and there are four ways. Print my array or print the three name array, print arrays.string, and using the two for loop. So yeah, please let's distribute. Okay. Rakesh, can I give you one task from this?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do the arrays.toString way to print all the names?
Okay.
And Tapinder, you can do the nice for loop, the second for loop.
Sure.
And HK, are you up for this kind of this for loop?
Yeah, I can try.
Int I, yeah, please go ahead. Thank you. And Ajay, sorry, I don't know if you're still and Kamal if you are having computer or not. If you have, then you please also to try. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the computer.
System. No, oh, ready. And then I'm going to do the first way, which is not very helpful. It just prints me some sort of random number. Yeah. And this kind of tells me under the hood that it's a string of array of strings. So this one was not useful for arrays, so we will try the other three ways. So yeah, okay, maybe you can share your screen.
Yeah. It's okay. I forgot the task now. So I need to.
Yeah. So in fact, I can see you're struggling with the int printout. You want to fix that first?
Yeah. I think because I only it is it in one line.
Yeah, I think better you separate into different lines. Maybe, yeah, this is better. Okay, so I think you're not too far already. To multiply, we use the star symbol, which is on which you press shift 8, you will get it. So because println is a function, you need to close the parenthesis and then give it a ending semicolon. Semicolon first. Yeah. Then you give the parenthesis. The what is it called? Curly braces.
Yeah.
It's to be working. Okay, so your next task is to do the same for the 3-name string array. But first you need to define 3 strings, right? Have you done that?
Yeah. I have.
Oh, it's good. Okay, good, great. In fact, what happens if in the for loop, instead of less than, we do less than equal to escape? What do you think will happen? Or you can try it out.
Oh, less than equal to.
Yeah, just try.
Oh,
I think if you press up arrow, you can probably reuse the old
yep.
up arrow. Yeah, just can you go up? I don't know. Yeah, you can.
Equal to, is it?
Yeah, less than equal to. Which means I will go from 0 to 5 or 0
Mm.
to 3 in this. Okay, so let's do that. Let's press enter and see exception. So
Oh, it cannot be. Yeah. Cannot be. Okay, got it. So the index can only be up to 2.
correct.
It
So
cannot be 3.
if you fix, how can you fix it?
How can I fix it?
So you iterate without any error. Well, actually, it was already fixed. We kind of unfixed it or bugged it. So there's one more fix that you can do. Remember, we did that. I pointed out that length -1 is a very common thing to do.
-1. So my so it is smaller or equal to my string array dot length -1.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out.
Okay.
So just do that and see if it works. Correct. That's another fix. Yeah. You have fun with arrays. Tapinder, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe Tapinder can show his solution. No, you wanted to do again. So the first one you've done already. String I. I would say when you're using string variable, I is probably a bad choice because I is very commonly used as an integer. So maybe you can say string S in my string, yeah, like that. There's some convention there. Okay, cool. So yeah, Ajay, Rakesh, Kamal, any hiccups for you guys, or you're all clear? It works for you?
Yeah, printed the loop fine.
Manu, I'm trying.
Ah, okay. Do you want to share your screen, Kamal, so that we can go through any issues?
No issues. I'm just trying.
Okay, okay, good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I check what that loop with the elements? What does it start and end?
Right. So so the Java has a like a more, you can say, easy to read way to loop any array, and you don't need to start using integer I as a counter. You can simply declare uh, a variable of the relevant type and start using it immediately. So this is basically, I think it's called for each loop. But the way you read it is, for each element in my array, do something with that element. That's what it basically means. Yeah.
Oh, so so it must always be element.
No,
That
you can give it any other name. So yeah, you can just call it HS or something, HK,
okay,
whatever.
sure.
So yeah, give it a try and let me know if you can't do it.
Yep, let me try.
Okay, I have one more sort of class work for everyone. So I have an array of sales. I want one person to give me the total sales and another person to give me average sales. I mean, write a program to solve these two.
In JSON?
Yeah, this it'll be a for loop. Yeah, let's do a small Java class now. I think it's time to do a Java class. So let's do it in a Java class. Yeah. So we have my arrays. Right. So I've created a skeleton program called my arrays and have a sales array. I want your help to print two things: total sales and average sales. Let's see if this can be done in 10 minutes. I'll let you know if anybody has any question on this problem, total sales and average sales. Right, about half the time is gone. Anybody wants to share any early win?
I still have error.
You're working on the sales problem.
Yeah, the total and the average.
Okay. Maybe you can show me. I'll try to give you a hint.
Yeah. So I believe I need to import the function.
Yeah, I can't see your screen though.
Oh, it's not the notepad, is it? 1
I
second.
see my own screen somehow.
Oh, okay, my array.
So yeah, you're right. You have to import java.util.arrays class.
Java.weekly.
Semicolon.
How about the calculation?
Yeah. So you have, I think the calculation looks okay to me. Yeah. Well, some no, some there is no function called sum, so you just need to do t equal to t plus sales I. You don't need the other parentheses because sales I is well understood.
Oh,
Yeah.
so just need the.
No, you need the t, but I was saying is parenthesis. The across the sales I there is a opening and closing parenthesis that you don't need. Perhaps just give us a space so it's easy to make reasonable. And println, then you can't use comma as such. Either use printf or are you planning to use printf by any chance? Yeah, let's do printf. Let me try to type it for you. System.out.print. Printf is a function, and then say complete. Yeah, you see the chat. I have pasted a command called printf.
Okay, so let me see.
So percentage D stands for numeric value. Percentage N stands for new line. And then after the comma, this is the value you want to inject. Yeah. Right. There are a few more errors in your program. Actually, maybe I ask you to add more new lines between your lines so that easier. Yeah. From the top also, I think you can add new lines. Yeah, and then indentation. So, for example, the method inside the class, you can start with after 2 extra spaces. That's indentation.
Okay, so you mean.
Yeah, and then all the lines inside the function with an extra indentation. So even further on the right, yeah, two times, yeah, like that. Even the system.out.println and the class is also supposed to be indented.
So
they should. So the idea is that one logical unit, everything inside it starts at certain indentation, and inside this, if there is another logical unit, then you indent a bit further.
yeah, so okay, this one I need to.
You can cut this and replace your old line. and intent this also, so that it's visually you know what where it belongs to. You type it with hand, don't copy, so that it gives you practice also. Yeah. So, and if you add indentation, then it will be easy to see what's happening. Okay, one more improvement I can think of. After the for loop, we should add curly braces, so it's easy to see the scope of the for loop. And then you need a closing curly brace after the work is done inside the for loop. Will it be the total or the average also? Will the for loop be responsible for the total only or for average and total? That's the question.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part with the for loop.
So basically what I'm trying to say is that the average calculation should be outside the for loop.
Yeah, yeah. So,
You just cut it and
oh,
paste.
okay, got it. It's not inside the for. Yeah, it's
And there is, I guess, indentation of T is not there. So inside the for loop is another logical unit, so we intend it a bit further in the for loop.
oh, I haven't in
No, not
okay,
this
okay.
one. The T next line T equal to T plus sales. That one you can push forward by 1 or 2 characters to demonstrate that it's part of code inside the for loop. So move it to the right also.
Okay.
Move it further right. Yeah. And normally you have like equal increment, but that we can cover that later. Now, how will Java know what is P? What type of data is P? Have you thought about that?
Oh, I need to declare T.
Yeah, declare.
And also
I is already. Oh yeah, I also need to declare. Y also you need to declare. Yeah, easy.
so, 20 T.
But you also need to assign a value to T and Y. Otherwise, the statement T equal to T plus sales. Actually, you need to assign a value to T, not Y. Y you can do till later, no problem. T needs a starting value because you're trying to use the old value of T when you add the sales. Correct?
T is the
Starting total starts with 0. That's what you need to tell the program. Yeah. And I int you can move inside the for loop. Like we see my program, I usually use int inside the for loop. You see my program. No, look at my screen.
okay.
You see for int I equal to 0 like this.
1 second. Can I still see your screen when I'm sharing?
Okay, wait, I'll type it out for you. Yeah? I'll put it on the chat. If you see after for there is a parenthesis, correct? And then I declare the type of I, which is int.
Okay, got it. Oh.
And the reason is that we want to keep the scope of a variable as small as possible for a good programming practice.
Okay, so okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to declare it here.
Yeah, correct. In fact, what you can do is you can declare y later also. You don't need to declare y before the for loop. Why? Again, the same principle. We want to keep the scope as small as possible.
So even here I can put in. No
No,
need
no,
to.
no, 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 because T is something that we want to remember between the different for loop executions. So we have to declare T earlier, but why not? Not because it's not needed before.
Okay, got it.
It's more like, like when you do counting on your fingers, right? You have to start with something and then you remember and add on it. So that's T's role is to do that. It has somewhere you start adding from and keep it counting. Why? It's just only in the end it comes up, so you don't need to declare it above. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This program looks okay to me. You can give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Any other comment, Rakesh or Ajay? Are you able to follow what we discussed so far, or you have already done the program?
That sales, that length, okay, that is still there. Okay.
Yeah, Kamal, if you have any question also, please feel free to ask.
Sure, Manu. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Mm. Let me also complete the program so that I know the.
Sale dot length, right?
Sorry, yes, thank you. All right, I have one more challenge. Okay. The challenge is to, first of all, I mean, anybody have any question or struggling with the program to run? If not, then I will quickly go through one challenge. So if I modify my sales like this, so I added one here, two here, three here, and then four. So how many numbers did I add? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6, 10, 14. Yeah, I increased my sales by 14. Okay, and let me try to run this down. Right, so the total has increased by 14, but the average sales should have increased by 2.8. So there is a bug. 14 by 5 is how much? $14 by 5 would be $2.80. Okay. So this looks like a bug. Do you know how to fix it?
Change it to float.
Yeah, we prefer double, so we'll change it to double. Let's try to print and see what happens. Oops. Right, so B is not allowed for, remember we have percentage B here, that does not work, so let's replace it by float. Yeah. So the data type is double, but when we do system.printf, we need to give it F. Still showing me wrong number. Then how? So we need to tell Java that now we are no longer dealing with integers. So we need to somehow convert one of the numbers to a decimal, to a double first, and then do the comparison, rest of the calculation. So if I multiply 1.0 to total, it will become a double number, and then the division will be accurate. Right, so we got 702.80000. So this is accurate. Okay? And I guess we can improve it slightly by giving a slightly better format of 2 decimals. Oh, I think I did not get it right. How do I fix? Right, so I can give it 0.2, for example, and F. This will then print it in a slightly better format, 702.80. Yeah, it's easier to read than this guy. All right, yeah, I think that's all actually. Yeah, I think we can close the class soon, unless anybody has any question on today's topic.
Yeah, I think we are good. Thank you, Manu.
All right, thank you everyone, and have a nice day, nice weekend.
Yeah, have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Same time.
Bye bye. Hope you guys had fun. Yeah.
Yeah, fixing issues is fun. Yep.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.